Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's another ZPRC video. Not really a whole lot of fun stuff going on this one, but I did kind of want to take a moment because it's been a while since I've posted anything, and it's just, I'm in North Florida and it's really insanely hot. We're looking at 113, 115, and I'm kind of used to it, but the electronics don't like it. So I just wanted to take a moment, post something up. I haven't really done an introduction video, let you guys know who I am, what I'm about, projects that I work on. As you can see, my work table is an absolute mess, but I'm going to kind of go over some of these projects and just kind of, in general, what I'm about and what I've got going on. As you can tell, most of what I get into is the 24s. I've got my WL Toy 14401. It's still pretty well stock. It does have I think that's a Hobby Wing 1060 brush speed controller, factory motor, factory plate, factory gearing. I have been having trouble with the diffs going out in it. The rear went first. I swapped that out. I had a WL 12 429, whatever the hell this body's off of. And come to find out that the diffs that used to be in that WL Toys fit in that WL Toys. So I've got parts laying around, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. The rear diff's been replaced. The front one went bad, so at the moment it's just two-wheel drive, which is no fun, but even being two-wheel drive and spinning tires everywhere out here in this heat, it gets too hot to really want to do anything with. So that one's kind of been shelved for the time being. I'll bust that out when the weather gets a little bit better. Hopefully get some bashing videos, maybe jump it a little bit. I've got a freshly built ramp that I've not had the opportunity to get on. This little guy hiding in the corner is a project that I'm working on for a friend of mine. And like a lot of other projects that I have, it's been kind of set on the back burner. I need to get on this one. But hard body. You can take the hood off. There's a motor under there. See if I can get that hood up real quick. Bam, there we go. Nice little setup on the Axial AX24 chassis, or AX1, or whatever the hell people want to call this thing. So you've got four-wheel steer, crab walks and does all the modes. This one's stock. It's a bone stock AX. There's nothing been done to it. We wanted to get a body fit on it before we started going crazy with upgrades. But he wants it really clean. No wires. You know, we're thinking about making a bed cover and mounting everything back there. That's what's kind of taken a while on this one. It's just management and figuring out what's going to go where, how it's going to mount. And I'm kind of leaning towards magnets for getting the body to stay. This is my son's SCX24. This truck is a stock deadbolt. It still has the 3-link up front. The servo's been changed. It's got double barrels in the rear. The front shocks are stock modified, I guess would be the best way to put it. But it's just to give it, that's bottomed all the way out. The way I did that was taking a servo screw from a 110 servo. Seeing if I got one laying around here. There's one. The screws that hold these together fit perfectly in your SCX24 shocks. So if you want a lift kit, that's the way to go. I'm sure y'all have spotted I've got all kinds of wheel and tire options. There's more wheel and tire options. These are all my spare parts bin. Those are dress up parts and things like that. Here's a bunch of stock takeoffs. I've got an extra set of shocks, ESC tray, links everywhere. This is my tent scale holding trace. There's some old WL's parts and Reedy radon motor that I've burned up in the mud like a dumbass, and just kind of stuff. That's a stock WL Toys ESC. That's an aftermarket Hexfly. It's just an Amazon ESC. This, I kind of got sidetracked there for a minute. So being as that I'm filming and only have one hand available, I can't really just swap them out for you. But this body goes on here. This die-cast body goes on here. That big K5, it's heavy, but it works. That 60 Chevrolet body goes on there. This one, that one, that one, and that one. So yeah, I've got 4 different bodies that we can run on that truck just by changing 2 screws out. You might be wondering what this is. And that is a custom 5th wheel receiver for this. Some of you may recognize that as a big country trailer. You can get them on Amazon pretty cheap. You can get bodies. They fit on these trucks pretty good. It's seen better days. I had a single axle and suspension mounted under it. There's a magnet there. I had a strap glued there. You've got tool storage. I had 2 straps for batteries on the other side. Boxed this in to be able to carry more batteries or whatever you want up here. And then I stretched the trailer to make it to where I could fit 2 trucks on it. And got irritated redoing the suspension and ripped the axle out from under it. And it's been sitting off to the side ever since. So I've really got to get back on this project, because that truck with the trailer hooked up behind it's just a neat looking setup. This truck was a dually for a long time. It's been my tow pig. Somewhere I have a video of it pulling 9 pounds of rock on said trailer. Now granted, it was on a flat surface and not for very long, but both front wheels stayed on the ground. This is my Enjoyer rock crawler. It needs some tweaks and tuning. It's got Gladiator rear links in the front, deadbolt rear links in the rear. I don't know if I can give you guys a comparison to a stock deadbolt wheelbase, but it is substantially longer. Works out for climbing. I don't know, it's a work in progress. I'm still messing with it. I've got just shit everywhere. This is my Red Cat Everest 10. It's been turned into a mud truck, hence why it doesn't run. I did a backflip and broke both front axles at the same time. The speed controller quit running. I recently switched it to brushless, and I used a secondhand speed controller from a friend of mine, and it lasted a couple months and burned out. No big deal. I've just got to get the money out and grab another speed controller. Before I do that, I really need to clean my workspace up. It is horrible over here. And in case anybody's interested, aside from Hot Wheel or RC, I collect lots and lots and lots and lots of Hot Wheels cars. Some of my sorry. And then we continue on around. I've been collecting, I've been collecting Hot Wheels for probably 6 or 7 years at this point. Sorry, got you guys looking at the mess. It's 2 kids and a solid work life. That's why my house looks like this. Emily, it is all right. I need to get me some lights to mount up inside of here. Make it like a show box. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got going on. Once again, guys, I do apologize for not being on top of posting and making content and keeping stuff going, but it has been extremely hectic here lately, and I know this isn't the greatest content, but I wanted to put something out there. want to let you guys know that I'm still around. I'm still doing stuff. It's just not on the level that I would like to at the moment. But we're going to get back to it here before too long. Drop me a comment if there's anything specific that you want to know about. I've still got a lot more to cover. I plan on in the future going through individual builds and letting you know all the specs on the Enjoyer buggy, all the specs on the tow truck, you know, how I'll get all the bodies to fit, that kind of thing. So if there's interest in that, please let me know. I generally come up with some pretty creative ways to make stuff happen. Just more parts, wheels, tires. Another little body hanging out back there is the old Red Cat body hanging out, a box full of tires. But like I say, guys, if there's anything specific or in particular you want to see or hear about first, let me know. Whatever gets the most attention out of these projects, I will definitely make a video on first. Also, I did forget about this little guy. It needs a complete overhaul and rework. It didn't get broken, it got robbed. I ended up stealing parts off of it to make something else happen. But that is a 2430 brushless motor, 7200 kV, with a stock spur gear acting as a pinion, and then another stock spur gear when the transmission's in it. I have no idea what this ESC is. I'm pretty sure it's a Hobby Wing knockoff. But this truck, when it was running and driving, there are other videos of it on my channel, has been clocked on GPS at 18.9 miles an hour on factory worm gears. So rear wheel drive, little brushless, 19 mile an hour, not a whole lot else done to it. That project's going to keep moving along, slowly but surely, because some of this other stuff I'd like to get out first. That one, namely, being number one. The trailer project's the next one I want to get done after that. This truck's getting about time for some love, a little redo. I hadn't decided what I want to do with that yet. I don't know if I want to change the wheelbase. I don't know if I want to tear it down and build something else. I'm not real sure what I've got going on. But Enjoyer brass wheels. I love that setup. They look really nice. Enjoyer tires. See if I can remember. It's just their all-terrains. 62 by 22s. Really nice. Little pancake brass in there, but that's it. Everything else, other than the steering linkage, is stock, and, you know, the servo. But this was a fun little build. Managing where everything goes is the hallmark of these Enjoyer chassis, because there's not a whole lot of wiggle room to be playing around in there. You gotta have a plan and know where you're putting stuff. This is a project that I've set off to the side. This was Bob Ross. This is my favorite 24. It had that cab on it, just the cab, no bed, had the roll cage. It was a really formidable little truck. Everything was going great with it. I don't remember. I ended up getting that chassis, the Enjoyer chassis, and robbed parts to make this one. That's why I'm thinking about changing the wheelbase so I can get these high clearance links to put on there, because as you can see, those are just stock plastics. So we will keep playing around and see what happens as far as all that goes. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Leave a like and a comment if that's your thing. And we will see you next time. Like I say, definitely let me know if there's anything particular that you'd like me to go over, because my workspace is in shambles. But thank you guys for stopping by, and let me know what you think.